Thanks, Mr. Chairman.
Thanks, Senator Feinstein. Senator Cornyn?
Mr. Secretary, thank you very much for being here today and for your testimony. I particularly appreciate your reaching out to me and other members here to see what's possible in this space. As a practical person and somebody who's been a governor of the state, you understand the legislative process is perhaps by design difficult because you have to build consensus, and that's always particularly been a challenge in this area. And I would share the views that Senator Tillis earlier expressed, where comprehensive immigration reform certainly has never been successful in the time I've been here in the Senate. And I think the best way for us to try to do this is to take smaller pieces on an incremental basis and find consensus where we can, but then use that as a confidence building measure to then allow us to do other things. I'm not suggesting we stop at the farm labor position. And I've asked Senator Durbin to consider putting a bill in the committee for markup on the DACA population, 640,000 or so young people who now have a great deal of uncertainty as a result of a federal court decision last year saying the original executive memorandum issued by Secretary Napolitano during the Obama administration was not legally effective to present them a work permit and deferred action. But I wanted to just have a conversation maybe, or at least about the best path forward. I know everybody's frustrated by our lack of progress in the immigration space. Our Democratic colleagues now apparently are going to rely on the budget process in order to try to pass immigration reform. I have a different point of view from that of the chairman. The Senate rules are not self-executing, and the so-called precedent he points to in 2005, there was no objection based on the Byrd rule, which is, I know, getting down in the weeds. So my personal opinion is, and I think it's shared by many people, including the former Senate parliamentarian, is it's not going to be possible for us to do immigration reform in the context of the budget, which is what apparently our Democratic colleagues have in mind. So my simple request would be for you and the administration to continue to work with us to try to do this using the normal legislative process. I know building bipartisan support for legislation is hard work. That's why so many people avoid it, except as a last resort. But it's very important, I think, for us to provide some stability to our broken immigration system. I think you used those words. I would agree with you. But part of what's happening at the border right now is simply unacceptable and needs to be addressed. Senator Sinema, Henry Cuellar, Democrat from Laredo, and Tony Gonzalez and I have introduced the Bipartisan Border Solutions Act in order to provide some suggestion to the administration and others about where the administration might land on that issue rather than try to ignore it, which appears to be what they are doing now. So I would like to try to find a way to be constructive in this area. It's enormously frustrating because we haven't been successful, but I'm, for one, am committed to keep trying. And I would ask you to continue to work with us and encourage folks on both sides of the aisle, as well as the administration, to stay engaged with Congress to try to solve these problems through the normal legislative process rather than resort to this partisan budget process, which I believe will have 0% chance of success. Thank you.
Did you have a question, Senator? Oh, thank you very much.
I believe I can use my time to make a statement.
Of course.
Or request or ask questions.
Or you can put a question mark at the end of a statement. Your choice.
It is my choice. Thank you.
Senator Coons.
Thank you, Chairman.